What is up, everybody? How y'all doing today? My name is David Franco, and welcome to another video game collection video. Today, we are going to be focusing on one of the most underappreciated consoles in video game history, and that is the Wii U. Now, I gotta be honest, even back when I unboxed my Wii U, I knew deep down that this console wasn't really going to take off because it wasn't the best idea. It was innovative, it was different, it was creative, but generally speaking, I knew deep down it wasn't going to wow consumers because even I wasn't completely blown away because the gamepad wasn't the best idea in the world. It was cool. Again, it was innovative, it was creative, it was fun, but the battery life sucked, and if you stepped a certain distance away from your TV, you quite literally couldn't keep playing your games. Anyway, I could make a whole video about why I think the Wii U failed. Poor marketing, poor design to a certain point, but we are here to talk about my Wii U collection because I definitely think it is a console worth exploring. And guys, I'm telling you, go on eBay, buy a used Wii U because it really is a damn good console. It was just misunderstood. Now, thankfully, most of the Wii U games, worth playing anyway, first-party titles, eventually found their way over to the Switch, and well, rightfully so, because I'll say it again, the Wii U library was very strong. The console itself just wasn't the best idea. But anyway, let's just talk about my games. Trust me, I want to keep going into my thoughts on the Wii U and why it didn't really work out, but maybe I'll save that for another video. Okay, so jumping into my Wii U collection, I actually think it's pretty good. I mean, it's not the largest collection, but it's larger than my 3DS collection, which is pathetic. And yes, I'm going to make a video about that eventually. I'm just not a big mobile gamer. But here we go. David, Stafu, Zombie U. Now, this is a very creative game, and it definitely made really, really good use of the gamepad's touchscreen. I don't have strong memories of it, like exact, like sound design and level design, but I do recall enjoying it quite a bit. According to the back, you could use the gamepad to hack doors, use it as a blacklight scanner, weapon crafting, inventory management. That's always big with me, guys, I'm telling you. If a game sucks but it has good inventory management, I will literally keep playing the game because I enjoy managing my inventory. Is it just me? Let me know right below. And of course, you could use it as a sniper. And I recall the marketing and advertising showing, people using the Wii U gamepad to actually aim at the zombies. And from what I recall, it was a cool experience. Again, it's not a game I ever finished because it wasn't that good in my opinion to the point where it was worth actually beating the story. But I do recall being this, a unique experience that I enjoyed quite a bit. Now this game, I loved. Yoshi's Woolly World, to this day, is still my favorite modern Yoshi game. I loved Yoshi's Crafted World on the Switch, but in my opinion, it lacked the charm that came along with Woolly World, because with Woolly World, it had a much more soft approach, quite literally, because the Yoshis in the world and the enemies and all that stuff, everything was made out of wool. And me, I'm a big fan of plushies. I love collecting like Pokemon plushies. Like for instance, today at Goodwill, I bought two Pikachu plushies. I just love that vibe, I mean, I'll always be a kid at heart, guys, no matter how old I am. And you could use the Woolly World Amiibo, which were really cool. Anyway, guys, Yoshi's Woolly World, great game. If you've never played it, please check it out. And I actually played it somewhat recently on the Wii U downstairs in the basement. And I think it literally just mirrors the screen. So in other words, I don't think the gamepad is used in any unique way, unfortunately. But hey, it's there. Super Mario 3D World. Didn't this come out on the Switch as well? It may have, because I recall streaming it on my Switch, but I don't think I ever got around to streaming the Wii U. I just never had it hooked up to my capture software and capture hardware. But from what I can recall, Super Mario 3D World, yeah, it wasn't a true open world 3D Mario game like Super Mario Odyssey and Sunshine and all that stuff. But this took 2D and 3D elements of 3D World, and you had that kind of not top down. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like 2.5D, 3D. I don't really know how to explain it, but I do know this. I definitely recall enjoying Super Mario 3D World quite a bit. Great game. Definitely check it out, guys. I'm a big Mario fan. It's really hard to let me down with Mario games in general. And speaking of Mario, Mario stars in the next game, Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U. Very cool. And you notice it says for the Wii U because I recall this coming out on the 3DS as well, right? I'm pretty sure, because fun fact for you, I bought Super Smash Brothers on the 3DS the night we were leaving, or the technically morning. The morning we were leaving for Vegas for CES, and I wanted something to play on the plane ride because it was like a 6-hour, 7-hour flight, something like that from Philly to Vegas. And I recall playing it on the 3DS, but eventually I got it on the Wii U as well. And guys, gotta be honest, I've never really been disappointed by a Smash Brothers game. I mean, honestly, it takes a lot to let me down. I mean, think about it. It's Mario versus Pikachu versus Peach versus Donkey Kong versus Link versus Meta Knights. I mean, I don't understand how that couldn't be fun. Okay, Super Mario Maker. This is a really nice surprise. I consider myself to be a creative person. I like building things. For example, I finally bought myself Game Builder Garage on the Switch 2. Technically, it's a Switch 1 game, but it was only 30 bucks, so I figured why not. I absolutely loved the demo. I haven't even launched a full game yet just because I've been playing Bonanza so much, you know, in addition to Animal Crossing and Warzone and whatever else I play. But I definitely recall enjoying this quite a bit. Unfortunately, I never got Super Mario Maker 2 on the Switch, but I definitely enjoyed this quite a bit because this actually made really, really good use of the gamepad because you could quite literally design the levels using the stylus on the gamepad. And let's face it, using a stylus is much like a mouse. It's always going to be easier to use something like that rather than using your analog sticks on your controller to go left and right and bada bing, bada boom. And again, Game Builder Garage actually supports USB mice. And it may have been updated to support the Joy-Con 2 as a mouse. I'm not sure. I think it was updated actually. So I definitely plan on using the mouse functionality and not the Joy-Con exclusively. Anyway, the point is, Mario Maker, great game, a lot of fun. And I definitely have to get around to buying Mario Maker 2 on the Switch. And yes, there's eventually going to be a Mario Maker 3. Guys, it's inevitable. Star Fox Zero. This is one of the games I bought myself recently because I completely redid my basement. I got most of my consoles hooked up and running, including the Wii U. And I wanted to treat myself to a couple games just to get my Wii U love going again. And this is one of the games I bought on eBay. Got it for maybe like 20 bucks. I mean, I forget. It also includes Star Fox Guard, which I still have yet to play. I don't know if I'll ever play it. Honestly, I bought this for $0. It just happened to it just happened to come with Guard. Anyway, Zero was a very interesting game. Very interesting. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. But I definitely enjoyed it quite a bit. I didn't beat the final game. I got to the final boss, I mean. And I didn't really like the boss's design. It frustrated me to the point where I'm like, you know what? I played 90-something% of the game. I've played enough to experience this. And I'm glad I finally did experience it, because I feel like Star Fox is one of those IPs that just doesn't get enough love. You know, I mean, for example, I don't think we ever had a Star Fox game on the Switch, right? I don't think we did. So Star Fox Zero, definitely worth playing, guys. It made really, really, really good use of the gamepad. And honestly, most of the time you're going to be staring at your gamepad playing and not using the TV. But it does have a button, I think in the top right, where you can instantly switch screens and have the TV view on the gamepad and the gamepad view on the TV. Really good use of the gamepad hardware. I loved, okay, again, I didn't love this game, but I really enjoyed it. Definitely a great demo of what the Wii U could actually put out. Unfortunately, it died way too young. But you know what? Fortunately, at the same time, because the Wii U's failure gave us the Switch earlier than expected. So it's all good. Okay, next up, the original Splatoon. And as you can see from Goodwill, I got it for just $5. $5. I have yet to play it. Gotta be honest, I never got into Splatoon like everyone else seems to have, you know, just fallen in love with the game. But I will say I have Splatoon 2 on the Switch 1. I played it quite a bit. I didn't stick with it like I stick with like Zelda and Mario Kart and Animal Crossing and Mario Maker and Smash Brothers and any Mario game for that matter. But I do enjoy Splatoon. I mean, I'm just not passionate about Splatoon. You know, that's the easiest way to put it. But I don't dislike it either. Like, it's really a lot of fun. I never got around to owning Splatoon 3 on the Switch. I definitely want to buy that. And it's on my list of games to buy on the Switch. But yeah, fun fact, I never actually played the original Splatoon. I started with Splatoon 2 on the Switch 1. So yeah, I mean, guys, I bought this game for $5, so I figured why not get it, and eventually I'll get around to playing it. I'm curious, does this take advantage of the gamepad? I feel like it wouldn't, unless maybe you can like look at the map on the gamepad. I'm not sure. I don't see anything on the back that advertises gamepad functionality, so I'm assuming most of the gameplay takes place on the TV. Scribblenauts Unlimited. This is not the type of game I would really buy physically nowadays. I mean, in my opinion, this is more of an eShop title, but I recall getting this on the Wii U and actually loving it quite a bit because if my memory serves me correctly, you could use the gamepad to quickly type the words, you know, which would eventually form into objects on screen instead of using the on-screen keyboard. Anyway, guys, this is not a game I recommend everybody playing, but again, I enjoy those creative, quirky titles, and Scribblenauts Unlimited was actually a lot of fun, but it was not my first Scribblenauts game. I think my first Scribblenauts game was on the iPad, and I actually have a video on that, funny enough. Guys, I'll link that video right below. It's a very old video, but I think that video got some good views. New Super Mario Bros. U. Guys, excellent game. I loved this game. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't love this game because I think it was the Wii game, right? But in 1080p on the Wii U, and honestly, guys, 2D Mario in HD, that's enough to get the $60 out of me. Honestly, it is. Guys, I have no shame in saying this. I am Nintendo's demographic when it comes to just taking old games, making them a little better, and selling them all over again for $60. Because I love 2D Mario games. The only place Nintendo didn't get me was, what was it? Return to Donkey Kong Country Returns HD Ultimate Switch Edition. I don't know what they call it. Yeah, I never bought that because it was a little too close to the Switch 2 release, and I'm like, I'm just gonna hold out for the Switch 2 and get some new games for that. Eventually I'll buy that. But anyway, when it comes to Mario, I'm pretty sure this was the very first Mario game to be played in HD. And actually, I have memories of playing this with a girl, if you must know. It was pretty fun, just me and her on the couch playing co-op, and I would troll her like crazy. It was so much fun, so much fun. Anyway, great game. Nintendo Land. I think this came with the Wii U, right? I'm pretty sure this came packed in back when we actually got games with our Nintendo consoles, back when, you know, Reggie was in charge, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, in other words, yeah, Wii Sports, we got. Nintendo Land, we got. But the Switch and Switch 2? Nope. Nope, we ain't that lucky, guys. And yes, this is coming from someone who paid $10 for the welcome tour, and no, I have not beat it yet. Anyway, Nintendo Land is one of those pack-in games where, in my opinion, you're not going to spend too much time playing with it. Instead, it's more of like a tech demo. You're just going to casually play games here and there, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you put hours upon hours into this game. Me personally, I know for a fact I did not. I mean, obviously I played it for a little bit, but I just don't have strong memories. Actually, I think Pikmin Adventure, I'm pretty sure, was my first Pikmin game ever, even though it's a mini game. And ever since then, I'm like, oh, maybe I do enjoy Pikmin. Animal Crossing Sweet Day. What is that? You know what, let me ask ChatGPT, because now I'm curious. I mean, I'm sure I played it, because I'm a big Animal Crossing fan, but I don't have strong memories of that. What was Animal Crossing Sweet Day as part of Nintendo Land for the Wii U?
Animal Crossing Sweet Day was one of the mini games included in Nintendo Land for the Wii U. It was a fun multiplayer game where players had to collect candy while avoiding the guards, who were other players controlling the guard characters. It was a really neat and lighthearted game that showcased the Animal Crossing theme in a competitive way.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you... Okay, let's get away from gaming for a second. That sounds fun. I don't know. Maybe I didn't stick with it. I know people hate AI. I mean, not everybody. Guys, I love AI. I love AI as a content creator. I try to embrace it, you know? Yes, and I realize there's bad AI and good AI. That's the thing. I'm focusing on good AI right now. That was incredible. That was absolutely, dare I say, kind of magical. Honestly. Not only did she give me an answer to my exact question, and from what I recall, it was a party game. So that goes to show you, party game, me, solo, person in the house. That's probably why I didn't play it much. Anyway, the way she explained it with personality and characteristics, it just mind-blowing. The way she talked to me as if she was a real person, I love that. That right there is excellent use of AI. My God, that was so cool. That was so cool. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Nintendo Land. I mean, I recall enjoying it, and I'm pretty sure I played it more than I played Welcome Tour on the Switch too, so that says something. Nintendo, bring back pack-in games. Okay, speaking of pack-in games, technically I did get Mario Kart World as part of my Switch bundle, and I saved 20 bucks doing that. Actually, no, I saved 30 bucks doing that. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. Anyway, Mario Kart 8, which is playing right behind me on the Wii U. My God, talk about milking a series. And I'm not dissing Nintendo when I say that. Like, this is kind of like Rainbow Six Siege for anyone who plays Siege. Siege just keeps going. Well, Mario Kart 8 just kept going for the longest time. Now, originally it came out on the Wii U, which I think a lot of people forget about because most of the love came from the Switch 1 game. But yeah, I mean, I got Mario Kart 8 on the Switch as well. But of course I had to get it originally on the Wii U, and I recall loving it. Again, much like most Mario games or Yoshi games, it's really, really difficult for me to not like a Mario Kart game. The only one I recall not playing too much was Mario Kart on the DS or whatever, because again, I'm not a big handheld gamer. I'd rather sit on my couch, enjoy it on a big screen TV, surround sound, all that stuff. But yeah, Mario Kart 8, great game. By the way, real quick, I think Mario Kart 8 might have better tracks than Mario Kart World, and I enjoy Mario Kart World. It's very good. I just wish we had some more tracks that are not Mario themed. As much as I love Mario, but in case you didn't know, there's no tracks themed around any other IPs like Donkey Kong, Zelda, Animal Crossing, and I absolutely loved the Animal Crossing DLC track in Mario Kart 8. It was so good, so good. But hey, with that said, I just had to assume Nintendo's gonna milk the hell out of Mario Kart World with maybe 3 or 4 DLC packs that maybe, just maybe, probably, gives us like tracks from worlds that are not themed around Mario. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my words. Anyway, stay tuned, that's all I'm saying. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. One of my favorite Zelda games, but ironically, I never actually beat the Wind Waker. Yes, I beat Breath of the Wild. That's up next, spoiler alert. And I beat Tears of the Kingdom, I beat Echoes of Wisdom, but I never beat the Wind Waker. And yes, I did have the original on the GameCube. I sold it because it was worth some good money. I went through that selling phase. I kind of regret selling it because now I'm in the mindset of collecting as many games as I possibly can, whether they're bad games or good games. I just want to get my hands on as many games, well, as I possibly can. Anyway, the Wind Waker HD was absolutely beautiful. It took everything I loved about the Wind Waker on the GameCube, but it made it HD. I mean, guys, HD visuals, and you could use the gamepad for the map, and I think inventory management and all that stuff. Really, really good use of the gamepad. Nothing insane, but it definitely made it useful. You know, just casually glancing down at your map and then back up at your TV. Good times, good times. Breath of the Wild. My favorite Zelda game of all time. Okay, hold on. I should say based around shock factor. Tears of the Kingdom is my favorite in regards to gameplay. But in regards to blowing my mind and really exceeding my expectations, because I wasn't one of those people who was like insanely excited over Breath of the Wild, but I was still curious, you know, because I've always been more of a Mario and Donkey Kong guy. But Breath of the Wild really piqued my curiosity, really just piqued my interest for Zelda, and it made me absolutely obsessed with this game. Not on the Wii U though, I got it on the Switch. This I just bought a couple months ago for cheap. Barely played it on the Wii U, the frame rate was awful, the visuals were not all that great, but I just wanted to buy it just so I could say I own it. I beat it twice on the Switch, well, Switch 1 and Switch 2, and I can honestly say this, I will never ever finish this on the Wii U. Maybe I'll boot it up now and then just to, you know, look at it and laugh at it because it's kind of not that great, especially when you're used to 60 frames per second on the Switch 2. But one thing that this missed out on, based on the original E3 announcement, is we literally got no gamepad functionality in this game whatsoever. Not even a map system. So that just goes to show you, they were really cramming as much as they could on this disc while trying to favor performance and all that stuff. So in other words, either they ran out of time or they just couldn't get it optimized correctly. So unfortunately, they missed out on the gamepad functionality because it was literally mirrored. It was literally mirrored. There was nothing unique about this whatsoever. So by the time it came out, you're just better off getting the Switch 1 version. But again, I bought this for myself for cheap on eBay for like 15, 20 bucks, just so I could say I own it. Because it is my favorite Zelda game of all time in terms of shock factor. But again, gameplay-wise, my favorites is Tears of the Kingdom because the Ultra Hand ability, I can't even tell you how much I love physics. Like even just building certain things with objects and bridges, so good, so good. Okay, speaking of games that I wanted to buy myself to add to my collection, there's no disc in this one because it's currently inside of my Wii U. I'm very casually going through this. I bought this game a couple months ago, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I was playing it at least a couple times a week in the beginning, but then I got my Switch 2. And I haven't really been gaming downstairs too much because I've been obsessed with Bonanza and Animal Crossing, my Zelda games and all that stuff. But I'm glad I played this because it's a lot like Kirby and Cursed Canvas or whatever it's called on the DS. And I always loved the idea of drawing a path for Kirby to follow. And it's the same exact idea in Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Except it's literally mirrored between your TV and the gamepad. But obviously you're drawing in the gamepad. You can't draw on your TV with a stylus. That would be pretty bad. But yeah, if you look at the screenshots on the back, it looks a lot like the original DS game from years ago, but obviously a lot sharper because it's in HD. But yeah, great game. Check it out. A lot of fun. A little easy, but generally speaking, really fun game. And there's not many titles out there like it where you literally draw a path using a stylus. Okay. As much as I love Animal Crossing, guys, I hate to say it, we are going to end on an extremely low note and the worst Animal Crossing game to ever exist. Sorry, but I think most people will agree. I mean, is this even a game? Okay, technically it is. It's like a board game. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. This is back when they were really pushing Amiibo, but I will never forget like just being so disappointed. Like, why even come out with this? We never actually got an Animal Crossing game on the Wii U. Isn't that crazy? And just imagine the possibility. Imagine for a second. And yes, Animal Crossing is absolutely incredible on the Switch 1. Love that game. But scale back and think just for a moment. How cool would it have been to have inventory management on the gamepad without having to interrupt your gameplay? You literally just look down, you tap the item you need, and you see it appear on your TV. So much potential with Animal Crossing on the Wii U. But unfortunately, it's never gonna happen. Those days are behind us. Man, I'm telling you, if the Wii U was a success, we could have potentially had one of the best Animal Crossing games to ever exist. I'm telling you, gamepad functionality and Animal Crossing, they just go hand in hand. It would have been perfect. Absolutely perfect. But hey, Animal Crossing on the Switch is pretty damn good, and it's definitely my favorite one in the Animal Crossing game series. A lot of people say New Leaf is the best. I disagree, because the second you go back to an old Animal Crossing game and you realize, oh, I can't put items outside of my island or my village or town or whatever, you're like, oh, okay, well, this isn't as fun as I remember it being. So I'm just saying, the fact that you can put stuff outside in Animal Crossing nowadays is huge, an absolute game changer. But yeah, Amiibo Festival. I mean, the only way I recommend getting this is if you're like me and you're a collector and you like owning all the Animal Crossing games. But besides that, nothing you can say or do will ever convince me in saying that this is a good game and worth owning, besides for collection purposes. Anyway, guys, there you have it. Not the biggest Wii U library, but keep in mind, I mean, obviously the Wii U wasn't the greatest console in the world, but I'm definitely interested in owning and buying more Wii U games on the Switch. That makes sense, that I could buy on eBay, I meant. So if there are any Wii U games that I should buy myself, let me know, because I'm sure there's quite a few I missed. Now, obviously the Wii U didn't have the longest life cycle, but it had some damn good games. It had some really good games. Anyway, there you have it. There is my Wii U collection. Definitely an underrated console with a fantastic library, in my opinion. And, well, with that said, it's time to edit, time to drink some coffee. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great summer. Stay cool out there, stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.